Cash is still not a problem in Tanzania. Cash is still seen as king.
Cash is very strong in retail. In order to beat cash, digital payments have to be substantially better than cash in at least one respect. The offerings that we've seen so far haven't really managed to do that.
Tanzania has one of the most competitive mobile money markets in the world, and yet people here aren't using digital to pay for goods. Sigap partnered with a local mobile operator and Dalberg Consultants to find out why.
We've seen very high uptake in terms of merchants signing up to platforms, but relatively low actual use. We were looking at how we might incentivize the merchants to actually use these services themselves and also encourage their customers to make use of this in order to drive uptake in the mobile money system more broadly.
The team talked with merchants across the country and in Dar es Salaam to discover what was holding back digital payments. Zaid Salem uses the digital platform whenever he buys a cow at the market, but he's disappointed that more of his customers aren't paying digitally. The researchers used their findings to design solutions that would offer clear value.
The purpose of our project with a partner here in Tanzania has been to look at what additional services you could bundle around the payment piece in order to make it more compelling to merchants.
Our hypothesis is once they see those benefits, they will then realize just how useful that can be.
Perhaps the value is not seen from a merchant's perspective.
Yeah. Our human-centered design process began to tease out some of the pain points that merchants were facing. We began to highlight a couple of different solutions that can be added to the merchant payment platform.
We want to give them enough stickiness and value to move from one to the other.
What's important is to look at the merchant in a very holistic way.
They've come up with a set of solutions that can be bundled together so that merchants gain tangible business benefits from going digital. The wide-ranging menu of ideas includes loyalty reward schemes and value-added services, plus the opportunity to offer working capital loans to small businesses. The merchants themselves kept bringing up the need to improve their customer relationship management.
Managing the relationships with their top customers is absolutely essential for small and micro businesses in the retail space, but they have very few tools with which to manage that.
Kitu gani hapa kinakufurahisha unatamani ukiangalia kwa undani?
Hapa. Hiyo wateja.
CRM.
If you digitize the payments that the merchants accept, then it's very easy for you to build a solution that can help them keep track and get to know not just their best 10 customers, but their best 50 or 75 or 100 customers, and really dramatically expand their opportunity to build a relationship with them.
He finds this very powerful because he knows what customers are most loyal.
You have to build that kind of solution that adds true value to the businesses that these merchants are trying to run. And the payments part of it would follow automatically from their desire to want to use that small business solution. Aside from value-added services, we think that various forms of loyalty or reward schemes are going to be an important part of the solution for how to digitize merchant payments.
The team has been testing 2 sets of loyalty schemes to incentivize merchants to use the payment platform. Tiered schemes similar to airline programs, and points for rewards.
So what he likes about this is accumulating points.
One concept that could have a big impact for huge numbers of small businesses is offering working capital loans based on a digital trail of their business records. And with merchants, this idea has been a big hit.
We currently don't have any credit.
Merchants do not have enough data to show banks that the merchant will be able to pay for the loan in the end. So banks are usually adverse to giving loans to merchants.
Yeah, because we want to grow to grow our customer base, to grow the business.
The huge opportunity is that digitizing retail payments automatically generates a data set that loan providers can then use to credit score those informal businesses and extend capital to them. And that's at a completely different scale than that has ever been possible before.
Kwa leo utakuwa sasa unaanza kuhamasisha wateja, bwana lipa kwa njia hii, usilipe kwa njia hii.
Kwa ajili ya usalama na nini unasisitiza kwa maana mambo ya usalama.
The research was clear that charging fees to customers is a real obstacle to people using merchant payments.
virtually no successful retail payments offering has ever charged a transaction fee to the customer. On the merchant side, we think you do have the ability to charge them a fee as long as you're offering them something that's worth paying that fee.
Would you be willing to pay for something like this?
Yeah, it's sure, because it's helpful.
Merchant payments is really the next frontier in terms of the development of mobile money.
It's a very competitive market in Tanzania. So the more cutting edge you are in thinking about how you're designing your product and how you're solving the problems the merchants are facing, the better you are going to be in the market. It's a win-win for both merchants and MNOs.
For the mobile money operators, small and medium enterprises represent a big business opportunity.
The average mobile money user around the world undertakes about 11 transactions in a month. Whereas if you think about how many payments for goods and services that same person makes in a month, it might be 50, it might be 100, it might be 150. It's substantially larger.
Globally, small and medium enterprises exchange $34 trillion a year, with more than half of these payments currently made in cash. If those payments went digital, it would mean a huge boost to the value of mobile payments.
In developing markets, and in particular in the informal and small and micro retail segment, these are tools that they just don't have. It's not rocket science. Somebody just needs to build it. And we think in order to get merchant payments to work, you have to build that kind of solution that adds true value to the businesses that these merchants are trying to run.